Hello, my name is Lorna, one of the ministers at Witham United Reformed Church, with the midweek Keeping Connected catch-up video. When did you last play Pass the Parcel? It might well have been when you were a child, but strangely enough, I played it New Year's Eve, not that many years ago. And the adults outnumbered the children. Watching people play Pass the Parcel can be really entertaining. There are those who almost fling the parcel at their neighbour as if they might catch some dread disease from it, and this was before COVID. Then there are others who linger with it, hoping to be able to tear off a layer and see what is in store for them before the music starts again and they have to hand it on. I was reminded of this party game in the early hours of the morning a week or so ago as I was praying. That's what I do when I wake up in the middle of the night. I was thinking about the burdens we share and shoulder when we pray and how heavy they can become. But then I remembered Pass the Parcel. It occurred to me that the burdens of others are not ours to hold on to. We might have the privilege of unwrapping a layer with someone or for someone before we pass the burden on. But they're not ours to hold on to, not indefinitely. All the burdens that we take on, which are passed on to us by others, whether that's intentionally or unintentionally, they are only ours for a while, and then we hand them on to God. Handing them on to God is not washing our hands of them. It's not saying, oh, we don't care, or that we won't continue to pray. But it is not our burden to carry. We pray with thanksgiving. We pray earnestly, possibly with tears. But in the end, we leave it with our living, loving, ever faithful, merciful, and gracious God. So please don't stop praying, but don't let the problems of the world wear you down, because they are God's problems and only He can solve them. And when we're overburdened, we are less able to hear His voice guiding us as to how we might be part of the solution. So please don't absorb burdens. On the other hand, there are some things that perhaps we shouldn't give away quite so quickly, if at all. I'm reminded of the pastor who once suggested that his congregation should be less generous in giving everything away. He was thinking specifically of God's words and the sermon. He said, "It is too easy when you hear a sermon to think, oh, I wish so-and-so could hear that," or, oh, Uncle Joe needs to hear that, instead of taking it on board oneself. Thinking of Pass the Parcel, instead of it being a case of, if the cap fits, wear it, it then becomes a case of pass that cap on as quickly as you can without ever trying it on, just in case it does fit. In the book of Isaiah, God says that His word will not return to Him void, it will do whatever He sends it to do. Now, I don't want to miss that opportunity to be part of what God is doing. So whenever I catch myself thinking about the relevance of a part of a sermon to someone else, and I'm afraid it does happen, I remind myself that it's not mine to give away. It is mine to take on board and act on, because it is also relevant to me in some way as well. Well, after another month of lockdown, we are starting in-person worship again on Sunday. That's Sunday the 6th. It will also be streamed from the church after a delay of a couple of minutes. That's just to ensure that everything is going smoothly. It's the first time that Gavin is doing this delayed streaming live as an alternative to the pre-recorded service. So please do be very gracious if it doesn't quite go according to plan, but I'm sure it will. It is the first Sunday of the month, so the service will include the Lord's Supper as well. Just in case you didn't read Tony's email that accompanied the details of the service with coffee and so on, or you don't get the emails, please be aware that the service will not be available before 10:30 a.m. However, it will be available any time after 10:30, so you can always catch up later. But you can't catch the video earlier. So I look forward to seeing you soon, whether that's in person or on the screen. Bless you. I pray you'll have a really blessed week. Goodbye.